I just watched the hit motion picture in the UK because it wasn't released in US theaters. It was released straight to VOD today, and it is a Hellboy, the Crooked Man. Have you heard of it, Joe?
I have heard of this one, Tom.
So, I'm a fan of the Hellboy movies. The first one came out at the right time for me. I was fucking super into makeup effects and creatures and shit. Still like creatures and makeup effects and all that shit, but now I'm a jaded old man who's been doing this shit for 19 years. So I'm not going to go to any movie that just has a monster in it because it has a monster in it. But that's besides the point. So I even liked the third one. I know you didn't, but I thought that one was pretty good. This one there, Joe. Oh boy. Have you seen any of the promotional material related to this movie?
Just maybe like a headshot.
So you know what Hellboy looks like?
Yeah.
So I was hoping that my only big gripe with this movie, which wouldn't even be a big gripe, is man, would have been nice if they put a big piece of foam on that jaw. That's really all we need is just like, a big puppet jaw cuz he's not big like in the Guillermo del Toro movies like in the comic books.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's about that size, but even if that's your style, how you draw, he needs that fucking jaw, you know what I'm saying? This guy doesn't have it, and that wasn't the only problem with this movie, Joe. uh Hellboy kind of comes off like Mickey Rourke Marv,
Yeah. Okay.
probably from the second movie, because the first movie, his part's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just kind of talks like this the whole time. I'm
Mm.
Hellboy, and I smoke blunts. Every other shot of me is me lighting up a blunt, which still not cigarettes. One of these days, maybe we'll get Hellboy smoking cigarettes like in the comics, but
Yeah.
not in this one. He's just smoking blunts. But fuck, man. Those pictures in the trailer were an accurate depiction.
Okay. Well, give us some story. What's this shit about?
I was gonna say Spider-Man, Hellboy, and Asian lady and white guy. They're on a box car. It's 1959, and they're transporting a spider back to BRPD, BPRD, one of those things, headquarters, so they can study this spider. But this spider gets so big. Oh my God, Hellboy's got to fight it in this little box car, and it bites off the white guy's head, and it's so spooktacular. And then just this single box car separates from the rest of the train and falls down a hill while the rest of the train continues to drive away. Because that's how that shit works. So yeah, they're trying to get this spider, and the spider goes to like a little sewer line in the middle of the woods. They explain it like, "Oh yeah, we're in Appalachia, and these are old mining tunnels." All right, sure. So then they're walking around trying to find a phone. They find your average Appalachian white people. Another guy shows up, Tom Appalachian, and he's just like, "Oh, boy, the bird all on the bar." You fucking like half of the shit these Appalachian fuckers say, you can't understand shit, dude. It was like that fucking idiot from Pumpkins, where you couldn't understand what he was saying. Ridiculous. So this dude's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a witch." "Oh, how convenient. We handle witches and shit. We don't have anything better to do. Let's go with you." So they do, and it's just a bunch of witch shit. The crooked man, he's the devil or something. Who cares? Uh yeah. After none of the fucking Hellboy movies have been like, oh, these huge, huge movies with billions of dollars thrown at them. But they made them feel like they were these pretty big,
Yeah,
epic movies. You can't have those and then go to this little quaint folk horror movie where it's just some guy airbrushed red wearing a little bit of foam romping around in the woods. It just doesn't work. Like, this felt like something that shoulda came out 20 years ago, but the first Hellboy movie came out 20 years ago, so maybe this was like a edgy '90s Crow style Hellboy movie, but
does the entire thing take place in the 50s?
yeah, but they're just romping around the woods, fucking with witches, so it really doesn't matter.
Right.
It does come off very fan film, like all the promotional stuff did. Not good. There's some parts that are, like, laughably bad. So, I mean, at least there was that, got a little enjoyment out of that. Uh, CGI is not good. Yeah, it's, I don't know why they thought this would work, but no. Like, sure, it might be closer to the comics, but at this point, who wants bootleg fucking little I mean, it's just so cheap, and you can't have this quaint little folk horror movie after you've done monsters, monsters everywhere. You climb on cogs and oh, demons and vampires. I can't believe it, Samuel. You you can't. I mean, even compared to the last one where people were like, "Oh, this is cheap bullshit." They were just like, "Huh, I'll show you cheap bullshit, you fuck." And they did, Joe. They did. Yeah, just I wanted to, like, I was hoping I was hoping I'd be like, "Yeah, that was pretty good. They coulda used some foam on his chin, but besides that, that was pretty." No. Uh, oh, shit. I was gonna say, Joe, you'll love it, but it's not. This movie tries to be so cool, like, so badass and cool. It's directed by one of the dudes who did, like, the Crank movies, and I think maybe one of the Ghost Riders, the one where he, like, pisses fire in a weird shot where it's just, like, him in black, and it just looks like CGI clip art of him pissing fire, but whatever, like, man, they want you to think this movie is, like, so cool, but it's not. They have, like, all these weird wide angle shots where, like, shit's blurred out and a lot of lens flares just to add style to I mean, you can fucking spray crystal clear on a piece of shit and it'll make it shiny, but fuck no, man. Like, I really like those Hellboy movies, all of them. The comics, they're alright, you gotta really like that art style to stick with it, and it's just kinda okay. The cartoons were cool, but, I mean, those were, like, sequels to the movies and shit, but
Yeah, I enjoy the comics. Mignola, he's not the best writer though. It's like I get it. He's got this style and everything, but the BPRD comics, those are fucking badass.
well, that's just, like, kinda characters by him and someone else writes them or something,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carducci wrote like the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 volumes, and those are great. And it's got like a big story with all those people, and I don't know. Hellboy's not in them, and they explain that somehow because I don't
Because
remember.
there's all these different people who work there, and it's not focusing on him.
Exactly. You know, it's like, fuck off, Hellboy. We got this shit.
Stories of the Screw-On Head Man. Oh, terrific.
Right. I think that's its own thing altogether, and so is the Abraham Lincoln thing, you know, but
Shit, speaking of Abraham Lincoln, that's what this crooked man looked like. He looked like undead Abraham Lincoln. He
oh, so
collect
Lance Henriksen maybe now.
No, I mean like legit undead Abraham Lincoln with the top hat and just the beard, and he collected pennies. Each penny is a soul, you see, my boy. But he said it more Appalachian and shitty. And then this was terrific, though. Hellboy shot him in the head, so we got to see Lincoln get fucking assassinated twice.
I wonder, shit, is this the one that Richard Corbin did the art for? I don't remember, but I think it's a comic. I think it was a miniseries or something.
Like I said, I didn't get too deep into the Hellboy comics, but I mean, probably more of the feel of the comics because the Del Toro movies, you know, those are Del Toro movies. Those are way more extravagant than the fucking comics were, at least the ones that I seen.
Yeah, he took a lot of shit from the comics. You know, the whole thing with Rasputin and then him carrying that dude on his back. Those are all straight from—
Well, I know, but the giant robots with the cogs and the vampires and shit, was that from it?
Golden Army. That was all Del Toro's stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm like, how he makes it bigger, like
Yeah.
how he just, that's what I'm trying to say, but I'm dumb, you see.
Grander.
There you go. Grande.
Más grande.
But yeah, man, I wanted to, but I think it's gonna make a list, dude.
That's unfortunate.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.